The news day continues here in One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. The Foreign Affairs Department confirms plans to resume talks with China on a possible oil and gas exploration. The DFA said officials from the two countries will meet in Beijing for a preparatory talk sometime in May. According to the agency, the meeting will discuss parameters and terms of reference on the possible exploration. DFA Chief Enrique Manalo assured Senator Francis Tolentino that updates will be provided on the matter. Tolentino earlier called on the government to tread carefully in reviving talks for the joint exploration. The lawmaker warned that this may lead to more Chinese fortifications in the West Philippine Sea. Meanwhile, the national government has announced 4 additional locations under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement or EDCA between the Philippines and the United States. These are Naval Base Camilo Osayas in Santa Ana, Cagayan, Lalo Airport in Lalo, Cagayan, Camp Melchor de la Cruz in Gamo, Isabela, and Balabac Island in Palawan. The government expects the sites to boost its humanitarian and relief response of the country in disasters. President Marcos has also said earlier that the additional EDCA sites will help protect the eastern portion of the Philippines territory and our continental shelf. Defense Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. says the locations are strategically located near the West Philippine Sea, which is a major trade route. Galvez adds that construction of the sites will begin immediately. The PNP places all police units under heightened alert for law enforcement and public safety operations during the Holy Week. PNP units will be under heightened alert until 8 a.m. of April 11. During the Holy Week, all duty personnel have been directed to deploy at all places of convergence, including transport hubs, places of worship, beaches or resorts, markets, leisure parks, and malls. Police regional offices and national operational support units are ordered to, quote, execute extreme action and preempt any enemy atrocities. They are also given discretion to raise their alert level depending on the prevailing situation in their respective areas of responsibility. The air transport sector is also gearing up for the influx of travelers during the Holy Week. Airlines are advising passengers to arrive at NAIA at least 3 hours before their flights for domestic trips and at least 4 hours for international destinations. The Bureau of Immigration has already placed itself under heightened alert, where 150 additional immigration personnel have been deployed to attend to travelers. The Bureau said international travelers who will spend the Holy Week break abroad have nothing to worry about amid viral stories of passengers who got offloaded from their flights. NAIA has earlier said that it's expecting some 1.2 million passengers with this Holy Week.
Yes, kung sila po ay mga regular na turista at wala po silang tinatagong dokumento, tinatagong mga pupuntahan, or they are not recruited to work illegally outside of the country, then they do not have to worry about anything. And ang mga hindi po napapayagan is just really 0.6% of the total number of departing passengers. So napakababa po nito, at talagang ang tinatarget po natin ay yung mga biktima of human trafficking and illegal recruitment, as well as yung pong mga umaalis na hindi tugma yung kanilang documents to sa actual purpose of travel po nila. So if they are tourists abroad, regular tourists abroad, then they do not have to worry about anything.
Negros Oriental Congressman Arnie Teves has been tagged as the main mastermind in the killing of Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo. Teves allegedly financed the ambush, while another suspect was in charge of organizing the killers. Marlene Alcaide with the report.
Just last week, Justice Secretary Boying Remulla said Negros Oriental Congressman Arnie Teves fits in somewhere in the Degamo Slay case. But now, he is certain that the suspended congressman is behind the murder.
Teves, Arnie Teves, Andolfo Alipit Teves. Mastermind.
Remulla said that there is plenty of evidence to pin Teves, including testimonies from the suspects.
Marami. There's a lot. Hindi pa namin nilalabas lahat. We don't have to telegraph our punches. Basta marami pa iba. Testimonies are part of them. At least we have everybody here together already.
Authorities earlier took into custody one of the alleged masterminds in the killing, identified as Marvin Miranda. When asked how everything is connected, Remulla had this to say.
Kumbaga sa sine, siya yung director tsaka casting director. Hindi lang ito sine kasi totoo na nangyari ito eh. While Congressman Teves is the executive producer of everything.
Remulla said that Teves is the one who funded the entire ambush, including a helicopter used for the escape. Meanwhile, Marvin Miranda is the one who recruited and organized the assassins. The DOJ clarified that Miranda is still considered one of the masterminds and not just a mere middleman. A PAO lawyer is representing him in the case. Miranda was brought before DOJ prosecutors for inquest proceedings. Meanwhile, the camp of Congressman Teves said that they will just address the accusations at the proper forum and will wait for the charges to be filed. There's no word from the DOJ on when this will happen, but what's for sure is
We can say that we have made significant progress in finally putting this case to a close.
for News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Heads up to Motorist. There are no rollbacks in oil prices expected this Holy Week. In fact, prices of gasoline are climbing today by 1 peso and 40 centavos per liter. Starting tomorrow, diesel prices rise by 50 centavos and kerosene by 20 centavos. This marks the first oil price hike in gasoline after 2 weeks of rollbacks and after 3 weeks of decrease for diesel and kerosene. Experts fear that the oil spill from the sunken tanker MT Princess Empress could possibly reach Coron, Palawan. This is based on a satellite image generated by the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration on April 2. The suspected oil slick is estimated to reach up to 60 kilometers, but the Philippine Space Agency clarifies that the map and the possible oil leak are still subject to field validation. President Bongbong Marcos will grace the coronation of King Charles III. The palace confirms that the President Marcos and First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos have been invited to attend the historic ceremony. The coronation of King Charles III and Queen Consort Camilla will be held at Westminster on May 6. President Marcos and the First Lady have also been invited to the reception, which will be held a night before the coronation. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.